Hey George, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my app was being dumb.
It happens to me all the time. But we know this. The owner of this app has not been doing anything with it whatsoever. We know this.
Yeah, he's been extra.
He's extra in all the places that don't matter. He should be worrying about his multi-billion-dollar app, right? 'Cause that's what he paid for it.
He should be selling bananas and banana chips.
And plantains.
Yeah.
We were watching some plantain sales today on the episode 5. We're 5 episodes in.
Did you talk about that on your Instagram live?
We did. We did talk about the plantains, and we talked about Matilda, and yeah, it was a good conversation. I feel like there's a well, some people seem to think that Tiger Lily is really as stupid as she acts on the show, and I don't know. I'm not sold. I think that she wants to be like a Vanderpump Rules star. I don't think she's.
Mhm.
Or do you think she's really that dumb? Do you think it's possible for someone to be that dumb?
I mean, I feel like the fact that she's smart enough to get paid by her rich ex-husband, she can't be too stupid.
Well, right. She's gone through her whole life. She's what 40, and
Mhm.
she's not had to work very hard, if at all. I don't think that she's as dumb as she's putting on. I think that this is an act. I
Yeah.
don't know. Some people on my space, they were just, or in my live, they were just like, "Nah, she's just dumb." Like, I don't know. I don't think it's possible to be that dumb. I think that
No, I think she's too loaded to be dumb.
well, yeah. Like, so look, Kim Kardashian. When we watched her little show, well, we watched her on wait, not the Simple Life. We watched her on the Keeping Up with Kardashians, and she played dumb, right? And we all know that she went to law school, and we know that most of her family are college educated. She plays dumb because it gets her paid, and I think a lot of these women do the same shit.
Yeah, because it's like more relatable.
Well, right. Nobody wants to talk to a physicist or a
Mhm.
fucking scientist. They want to talk to somebody that they feel like isn't smarter than them. So I feel like these women are really intelligent, but they play these roles because it's more relatable. More people will follow them, and well, first of all, Tiger Lily has 700,000 followers, so
Mhm.
that leads me to believe that she's not as stupid as she says she is. Like it just. And did you see that? I don't remember who posted it. Somebody posted the side by side of Darcy and Stacy's House of 11 clothing sales next
Mhm.
to Tiger Lily's clothing sales, and her clothing sales company made close to $20,000 this year. Did you see that?
I saw the post, but I didn't digest the numbers.
Yeah, almost $20,000, and it said Darcy and Stacy's brand made like $44,000 this year. That's not
Mhm.
crazy bad. That's not bad, right? These are.
No, yeah, that's good. But who's smarter, Tiger Lily or Shekinah?
Oh, that's hard.
Neither.
Maybe no. This is hard. I don't think that they're like between the two of them. I feel like they're sharing a brain cell. Like really hard. I really don't. Even if I had to like pick, how you are forced to pick, I don't think that I
Mhm.
could pick. I think that they both are so dumb, right? Like I just I wanted to say Shekinah. That was like the first name that popped into my head. But then when I
Mhm.
putting it like together, it's like no, Tiger Lily is equally dumb. Like equally, if not more.
I think she's more dumb because, first of all, she's like, I mean, how old is Shekinah? She's like,
42, 41, something like that, right?
oh, so they're the
Mhm.
same age,
Yeah.
basically. I was just gonna say, I think Tiger Lily is like she's a grown woman letting a little boy boss her around, and I feel like at least with Shekinah, like, she has some fight in her.
What do you mean by fight?
Like, when Sopper, gets on her nerves, or, she'll be like, stop, you don't talk to me that way type, versus Tiger Lily, I think she wouldn't be like that. I think she'd just be like, okay,
Oh,
you're
so
right.
she has like an ounce of self respect.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to call it self-respect because it literally is not. What I would call it is like kind of like back the fuck up.
Right.
Do you know
Okay.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like I feel with Tiger Lily, she would never. I mean, she's letting a fucking 22-year-old boy tell her like who can do her hair or not. You know? I mean, I don't think Sarper would ever do that with Shekinah.
Like
Um,
how much of Tiger Lily's subservience do you think has to do with just being on television?
I mean,
Well, for me, I think that it's an act because she's pretending like she doesn't know anything about the Muslim religion. And when I was in high school, I mean, I went to a private school, but I had to take a class called World Religions. So we learned about like all the religions around the world. I don't know if they have that like in public school, but there's no way that you flew
they
all.
don't.
Oh, okay. Well, there's no way that you flew all the way to Jordan to marry a Muslim man and it never crossed your mind to just Google anything.
Like Muslim, like laws and like traditions
Well, right.
and
Even if it was
Hmm.
all that.
if not just like the religion itself, but like what to expect when you arrive in Jordan. If you're arriving in a country and that country is majority one religion, that's part of the land. You would want to learn, because we heard that one story where that American went, I forget what country it was, like Japan or somewhere, and he stole like a magazine and they locked him up.
Yeah, no, I think it was he spit gum or something.
Oh,
It was the gum. I think I know
okay.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like if he would have see, I feel like if you there's another country that comes to mind. I think Dubai. Like if you come
Yes.
public in Dubai, they'll put you in jail.
You can't even hold hands in Dubai. I don't
Holy
know if you guys know that. Because I went to Dubai. And if you're a female, you always have to have kind of like a bodyguard with you when in Dubai. Like if you're an American tourist and you're like, going to like the super, super ritzy places, you actually it's like law, you have basically like a butler or something, someone. That's what happened with me when I went.
did you have
Um
someone with you or did you have to hire somebody?
No, I mean, like I had a friend of mine whose dad worked in Dubai, and I went with her for holiday there,
Oh,
and so we had like bodyguards there, and it was just like women are not to lift a finger, basically.
No,
well,
like if Tiger Lily, I'm assuming I don't know if she's a fan of the show, but if she's watched any previous seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, she would learn customs that way too.
well,
But
right.
I just think you have naive. You can't be that naive,
Well, right. That's what I was
not
saying.
knowing. Like, hello, we're not in 1924. This is like
Well,
2024.
well, right. I've never been in a relationship with a Muslim anyone, right, of that religion, but I know people that are Muslim and I've
Well, I
watched.
do too. Yeah, exactly. And I know I have friends who are Muslim and like, but I mean they're not like Jordan Muslim. I think it's almost like, there are different types of I guess is there different types of sectors where it's like,
Yeah.
Judaism
Yeah.
where it's like you have the Hasidic and then,
Yes. I
you
think yeah, I
have
think
the
there's different.
reforms, you
Yeah,
know?
you're right. I definitely think that there's levels. Oh, so I want to ask y'all because Adnan, the 22-year-old model, said that he planned this wedding. Do you guys believe that a 22-year-old man planned this wedding? Because I ain't. Oh, this is.
No.
Well, let's talk about like who paid for the wedding, the
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Can
yeah,
we
yeah.
talk about that,
Let's
please?
get into that because this was a debate on my podcast too. Because I was like, maybe he's rich and he comes from a rich family, but everyone seems to think that
Uh-uh,
Tiger
darling.
paid for the entire wedding. So,
Of course she did. She probably paid for her fucking ring too.
so you think she paid for everything?
I don't think I know.
Hmm.
Well,
I mean, it's obvious.
let's rephrase that. Her ex-husband paid for everything.
Well, yeah.
Djibouti, where do you land on that? Do you think that okay, so do you think that Adnan is secretly rich and he's like a prince, or do you think that he's broke and Tiger Lily is his sugar mama?
Oh, sorry. Can I answer that real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, if he was like a Richard, do you really think he would go with a 42-year-old woman from America?
Well, okay, I have a theory.
Okay, go.
Before we, before we
Mommy
get
issues.
before we get your answer, Djibouti, I have a theory.
Okay.
Like since he's a model and he said he wants to model and act, I feel like he might be using her to get over here so he can do some American model and acting. I think that that's. I don't think that he necessarily wants to be married to her, but I think he might want to move his career over here.
I mean, I just think that if that was the case, he was rich. Like he could afford like they can afford a K1 visa or a visa and no problem. They have all the money in the world. They can afford to do that.
That's true. You're actually
So
correct.
I mean, I went to school with kids whose parents were very wealthy, whether they when they were in India or they were in Dubai or whatever, and they were able to come here is because the parents have the money to do so. And if he is rich, by especially by Jordan's standards, then I think like they would have no he would have no problem whatsoever getting into America.
That's true. You're right. When you have a whole lot of money, there's not a lot of obstacles for you. You're
And
right.
there's America money, and then there's Jordan, Egypt, Dubai money.
True.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think my answer to that question would be Tiger. It came from Tiger Lily's money, but then I have another theory where we could shoot it down if you want. But like, and I don't know how Jordan works, but a lot of times when I see like an extravagant wedding like that, I think of the Lauren and Alexi angle, which is let me contact all these wedding vendors and say, hey, if you want to be featured on this like television show that we're about to shoot, like you can come and give us comped X, Y, and Z. So that's like another angle to like up the wedding is to get to be
Hmm.
on TV. That's just a theory that just popped in
No,
my head.
I like this theory because remember, Tiger Lily has 700,000 followers, and she went and took down every single post she ever put up. Maybe those posts were from the wedding.
Hmm. Yeah, the wedding posts are like basically advertisements for the
Right.
vendors.
I like this theory because vendors do exchange services for exposure. So,
Hmm.
like that venue they were at, that was a really nice venue. They had like aerial views of the venue. They had all these. So, it would make
Hmm.
a sense that venue wanted to be on a national television show. So, I like this theory. So,
And and also everyone was curious. I think this is like where you just always hit on something because um everyone was curious why Tiger Lily has a video up on her social media with the wedding, which kind of spoils things. But I bet you that like the wedding venue must have struck a deal with production and said, "Hey, you could film here this crazy wedding, but we want to feature it on her social media."
oh yeah. I have no doubts of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I no doubts of that whatsoever. Because production is always trying to use locations for free too. Like they
Hmm.
don't pay to use the locations either. So I have no doubt that they were willing to have an open discussion about striking a deal. Because
Yeah.
sometimes when they film overseas, they have to pay to use like you ever watched a movie and at the end of the movie it'll say like thank you to the state of Illinois or
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah. Or Georgia.
yeah, they have to shout out the location that they so they don't have to pay them. They have to
Hmm.
say like the city that they were in or whatever. So I think that that's possible too.
Yeah, because normally if Tiger Lily posts a video that spoils things, obviously they would get a call or a message within like a day or hours and say take that shit down. And the fact
Yeah.
that that's been up, that's been okayed, obviously.
Well, yeah, because they're all in it together. Like I mean, I've been questioning this Tiger Lily and her being rich thing because she's selling that she bought like a 20 something $30,000 watch in the first episode, and she was driving like I think a G wagon, and she was living in Frisco, Texas, which is supposed to be really nice. I'm actually in Frisco right now, and it's okay, but I'm just wondering how much money is the amount of money she really has. Because
Mhm.
people always lead on to have more money than they really do, right? I think we learned that about Trump when they released his tax returns, right? Like he said he had $1 billion, and I think when they released it, it wasn't $1 billion. Like so, people always say
Mhm.
Right.
right than they have. So I'm wondering how rich is rich? Like how rich is she?
Mhm. Well,
And
do you?
like there's a difference between your net worth and like, like what you really have.
Well, yeah, liquid
You
assets
know?
really
Yeah.
spend right now because people own houses, they own cars, they own things that you can't go to the store and purchase anything with a deed to a house, right? So yeah, how much money does she liquid
Right.
have on her that she could spend?
Now, do you that? I know this is like a dumb point of minutia, but that watch that she ordered on the show, do you think after they were finished filming, they were like, "All right, you can cancel that fake order now"?
See,
I
okay, I have a because a lot of TikToks and reels where these influencers they supposedly go to a mall and they're like, "Hey, if you follow me, I'm going to give you an iPhone." Or
Yes.
So there's an influencer who lives in Orlando, and I've seen him before, like out and about. He would say he would go places, and he would drop off like an iPad or an iPhone, and you just have to go get it. So he did it where I happened to be around, and I was watching, and I saw him filming, and I saw him put the iPad down or whatever. And then after they stopped filming him, I watched him pick up the iPad, get in the car, and drive away.
Mhm.
So I know that everything is not what you think. It's not what you see. So I don't even think to be real, I think that they went in there and filmed in that store because they showed the name of the store. She didn't actually buy anything.
Oh
I
Yeah.
think
yeah,
her story
totally,
is
totally agree.
And
her
then,
storyline is a rich ditzy woman, and
mhm.
TLC wants to sell that storyline to us. So I think they picked that watch location and they did that scene, and she didn't buy anything.
And then her car, do you think it's leased?
I mean, you can easily go on like Zipcar or Turo and get a G Wagon for like $500 or $600. Like, I don't know if y'all go to Miami a lot, but
Mhm.
like in Miami, you can rent like a
Mhm.
Ferrari for like $300 for 4 hours. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 100 fucking percent. I
right?
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, you can see
Yeah.
that in LA and Vegas, Vegas especially.
Yeah. My best friend did that. I think he went to LA and rented like a Rolls Royce or something.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
is like you. Oh my gosh, in LA on Hollywood Boulevard for like $25, they'll
Yes.
let they'll let you ride in the passenger seat and drive you down Hollywood Boulevard. You can make all the TikToks you want in the car.
I've seen
Mhm.
Right?
that.
It's
Yeah.
hard to believe when people are flexing because there's so many ways to be broke and not look broke.
So
So
what?
I hesitate.
What's sorry. I was just gonna add to that because okay, so like the place that I live in Burbank, okay, so it's like a lot of influencers, like, and when I say influence, I mean I'm talking 20, 30 million followers, right? So one day there's this really famous influencer. I'm not naming names. But in his TikToks, it shows how he has like these Ferraris and these Porsches. And literally right before filming, it was like a rent a car. And he passes it off as it's his, but it's really not.
Mhm.
And I see that all the time now. And it's just like, ugh, I don't know, man. I have a issue with influencers, I think.
You know who else does that move? Is like, I know we might have talked, we talked about this months ago, but like Jasmine's boyfriend, his Instagram has like supercars in it, like sports cars and shit. But do you recall what I said about the explanation for that? I have an explanation.
Wait, what was the explanation?
So the explanation is, and I know this because anyway, the explanation is he's like a mechanic, so he fixes
Oh, I
cars.
remember you saying
So
that.
yeah, so when he fixes like a supercar, then he'll take like a photo with it, but he's just fixing a customer's car, but he pretends like it's his car in his Instagram
So
feed.
I know that this is true because I took my car in to get serviced one time, and I took it in. I don't remember what I was getting. Maybe brakes. I don't remember. And whenever they're done with your car, they have to take it like on the freeway to test to make sure that what they did is right. Right. I don't know the correct. I
Mhm.
don't know the analogy, but like there was like a car ahead of me. It was like I don't know something really expensive, maybe like a Phantom something, I don't remember. And the guy took it out, to drive it, because if you they take it out and they like drive it for so many miles to make sure everything is good, like if your check engine light's gonna come on. I don't know exactly what they do, but he comes back and he's like parking it and he's like filming himself, he's like taking pictures. I can see him because I'm like I can
Mhm.
see window where I'm sitting. He's like taking pictures, he's like doing TikToks and snaps from inside the car. And then he comes in, hangs the keys up, grabs my keys, and starts my car. And I'm like, holy shit, that's exactly what Shabooty said that they do. He literally was
Mhm.
driving it to test to make sure it was fixed correctly and taking all these snaps, making it look like he's driving this expensive ass car.
Yeah, because the reason I know that is because I have a relative is a mechanic, and I saw this like he was driving around on his Instagram like in a bright orange Corvette or something. Yeah, Corvette, and I was like, "Damn, is that like your new car?" I was all impressed. It's like, no, that's like a customer's car.
Well,
So,
you know who else can do this too? I have friends that work in valet at
mhm.
expensive area like restaurants and downtowns, whatever, and they joyride. Oh my god, don't ever valet your car in like Miami or whatever. They joyride in your cars. Like, so if you're going in, they'll just be
Mhm.
driving around. They'll put
Yeah.
gas in it or whatever to make it seem like they weren't, but they're just driving your car around. I've seen it
Mhm.
many times.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Because I always see like those stream in Miami. I see those streamers, like Twitch streamer types with their fancy cars. So yeah.
Oh yeah, they're rentals. Like I forget the name of the one rental company. They're really big in Miami. Basically, you just go there, you pay cash, and you
Hmm.
rent whatever car you want to drive, and it's like it's by the hour. Like you can rent it for like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, or whatever, and it's crazy because
Hmm.
these cars are so expensive. The first thing I thought of was like I wouldn't trust anyone to drive that car, right? Because I would be like, what if they go out and wreck the car? Like that's the first thing I thought of.
Hmm. Speaking of a wreck, we haven't talked about Lauren at all tonight.
Well, tonight Loren came clean about his gonorrhea, and Faith was actually really hurt. Like I kind of felt bad for her because she was under the impression that they were in a relationship, and
Hmm.
you know, he kind of shut it down. Like he was like, "Oh no, we're not in a relationship. That's not what we're doing." And I felt bad for her to an extent because she seems like what's the word? Naive. Like
Hmm.
I feel like she's the type of person where you could lie to her and tell her like it's raining, but you're actually pissing on her. Like I feel like she's one of those people. So I kind of felt bad for her because I think that Loren has been around the block like 50 to 60 times, right?
Hmm.
So I feel
Yeah.
like he knows what he's doing. He knows what to say. He knows how to get over on people. And I feel like she's just naive, and this is like her first real relationship, and I just feel bad. I feel bad for her because he's I don't want to say he's taken advantage of her. Like he hasn't asked her for money or anything, but I do feel like cheating on her the whole 6 months that they were together, and then he was like, "You had to have known
Hmm.
sleeping with other people," and I was like, "Well, how would she have known if you wouldn't have told her?" Like people don't just know things. Like she's not a psychic. We do have people on the show that say they're psychic. She never said she was a psychic. How the hell would she know?
Yeah. And then so I made that meme, and I was like, if he conflates having STD to having food poisoning, he definitely eats ass.
Yeah, I saw the meme, and he replied to it,
So
right?
he DM'd me. So here's a world exclusive as far as Lauren's extracurricular activities. So the world exclusive. He says, "I love eating ass. The librarian would let me eat while she did homework."
The librarian?
I don't know. I guess he was dating a librarian in the past.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm surprised that Loren is an ass eater.
Hmm.
He's got the look. Again, also not judging. If y'all like to eat ass, whatever. I'm not judging. I'm just saying Loren appears to be somebody who enjoys ass eating.
Hmm.
Like that, I just get that vibe from him, so I wasn't surprised at all
Does he strike you as someone that would have bad breath?
from eating ass. Yes.
Just in general.
I mean, yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Hmm.
Honestly. I feel like he probably would have bad breath, but only because of whatever he sticks in his mouth, and God knows what that could be, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Do you think he's like up to date on like teeth cleanings and stuff?
no. Well, no, because he said that he lives like usually outside. Like
Hmm.
last time I went to the dentist, they charged me a lot of money. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I think that he probably hasn't been to the dentist in a really long time.
Yeah.
No, not that I'm like Loren. No offense, but I'm just saying I don't. I'm pretty sure the dentist isn't like top level priority for him.
Yeah. He doesn't strike me as having all his ducks aligned.
No, not even a little bit. I feel like his priorities would be so disaligned with our priorities. It's like it would be night and day.
Yeah. So if you lived in Vegas, which I know Cook was moving there, but so would you go to the TJ Maxx? Okay, well let's put it this way: if either the TJ Maxx was in Orlando or you lived in Vegas, would you go to the TJ Maxx and see him or something?
I mean, if I was there, if I was in town, like when I'm in town, I'll go see my friends all the time. Like so,
Hmm.
like if I don't know if I would specifically go see him at work unless he wanted me to, but it would be a fun little photo op, like to go there and sneak a picture of him on the register, whatever they got him. That would
Hmm.
be fun. I feel like people would appreciate that. They would find that, because we saw the viral photo of Mohammed from Eve and
Hmm.
working his job at Costco, and he went viral. He's like Alex from Target. Like he went viral. Everybody has been talking about that photo. So
Yeah, it got posted on some blogs as well.
yeah, it's everywhere. That photo is legitimately. I've seen it on TikTok, Instagram, X. It's on Reddit. It's literally everywhere.
Oh, the one on Reddit it has my watermark, right? Or it's at Shabooty.
Yeah, yours. I think I saw your watermark on Instagram too.
Okay,
Know if
good.
on TikTok or not though.
Okay, good. Well, it is the fan sent it to me, so yeah, it's my tea. No.
Well, people are always stealing your stuff. Like if you were a bank,
Hmm.
rob you, right? Like you would get
Yeah.
robbed. Like everyone is trying to steal your stuff.
Yeah, like I learned that lesson where, because before in the past, I would have like at Shabooty in the bottom right hand corner, and they would just crop it.
Yeah, they'll crop the photo out.
So now you got to put your at sign in the middle of pictures.
Yeah, I've had that done before too. So it's like you got to be like, or some people they just have it like over and over and over.
Hmm.
So you can't crop it. It's like literally like 20 times, but it's like faint, like it's there.
Yeah, yeah. The opacity's low or whatever.
Yeah, it's like so you ain't stealing my shit. Like there's no you can if you're using this photo, they're gonna know it's mine.
Yeah. Coco, are you back?
I am back. I was losing my fucking mind when you guys were talking about eating ass. And I could not speak, and I was
You
like
are a resident
yelling.
expert.
I am an expert now.
I was wondering why you would be so quiet during such a very
Oh, I was so
subject.
quiet because it was so true. Listen, there's nothing wrong with eating a little ass or having your ass eaten out. Whatever. It is fine. It is so
I,
fine.
I wasn't judging. No, I think that if that,
Judgy wudgy.
I was saying if that's what people do, you know, whatever. I'm not. Well,
Uh,
should I ask? Is this something that everyone here has done?
I'll go on record and say no. I've never done it.
oh, you don't know you're missing.
I have not. I have not. I don't think anybody is surprised by that, right? Like I'm pretty lame.
No, I feel like no, it's not lame. I just think it's like maybe a little standoffish when it comes to that type of thing.
Mm, I
Like
don't know.
it's not like my go-to. It's not like, oh my god, I'm really in the mood to eat some ass. Um
Yeah, it's not like sushi, right? Like it's not like you're craving pizza. It's not like you crave ass.
yeah, like god, I really want to stick my tongue up someone's ass right now. Like no, that's not
I would
how I
assume
am.
not how it goes, right? I would assume.
It is not. But no, I was dying because I was just like, oh my god, of course it'd be Loren and like that DM the librarian. I was like, oh my god, I miss him having on our show.
I know.
I'm not kidding. He made me. And people think I was joking when I said this, but I was like, I literally peed myself when we had him on. Like I literally peed my pants. And then I ended up having an asthma attack because I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, it's pure fucking gold.
He almost killed you.
Gold.
I don't laughed that hard in like a really long time. And like, I try to keep it very professional and he really challenged my professionalism because
Mm.
I try to be professional, but I was like, I don't even know how to be professional when this is like the conversation. Like I don't even know how to handle this. He had me like questioning everything because I was just like, is this real life? Is this really what's happening? It felt like we were Shabooty, you were Howard Stern and
Hmm.
like, doing one of those crazy interviews. Didn't it feel like that?
Yeah, because we were asking all the pertinent questions, and it wasn't. And just for the listeners, just so y'all know, it wasn't like pre-scheduled to have Lauren on, and we had like
No,
questions.
it wasn't.
Questions like we didn't have like questions pre-written. It was on the fly. We were like, so yeah.
Yeah, those were all top of the head questions, like whatever,
I
whatever.
I, I went back. It's funny because we were mentioning TikTok the other day. And I had scrolled. I was at dinner yesterday. And I was scrolling through TikTok, and I heard our voices, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that was so weird. That was
I
so bizarre.
That same thing happened to me. I was on
like, what?
like just listening to watching and heard us, and I was like, wait, that's me. What is that? And I was like, hold on, us.
Who's that dumb bitch cackling?
I was like, wait, that's us. What the hell? Like it's wild that it was so widespread. Like it was there was like articles written about that interview, right? Like that it was everywhere.
And it was like random because to have like Coco, George and I and Captain on a Sunday night was like random.
Yeah, that is random. It's usually honestly, it's usually just me and you on Sundays. So it
Yeah.
was that and it's usually really short. Like it's like a quick recap, and then that one it was just everything about it was just random. Like the whole we don't even usually have guests on Sundays, so the whole
Right.
random.
Yeah, it was like the cosmic overlords that Rayne worships, like Renee worships, put that together.
Yeah, they put it together just like she said that the lords made Chitty blind to because she was only interested in me with a blind person, right? She said something weird tonight.
Well,
She was like, "Aren't you happy that you ended up blind so we could be together? Like, do you feel like this was meant to happen?" And I was like, "Of course, this man doesn't think that he was meant to be blind so he could be with you. Like, who says that?"
yeah. Her one quote that I screenshotted was, "You believe that I was brought here by God Himself to be with you," or something.
First of all, God ain't bringing her nowhere. The devil would be bringing her somewhere. Like the way that she acted and the look on her face when she was talking about killing the chicken, I saw the devil himself. I could see.
She is the devil.
I could see the devil. Like I could see him, and I was just like, oh, "You think God, of all the shit going on right now, like we're at an election, you think God is like bringing you places to help people? Of all people, get the hell out of here."
True.
Oh, so he said that he's going to be more affectionate with her, but they're not going to have sex. So, Coco, what does that mean? Is this like hand job situations? Like, what does that mean?
Means he's gonna eat ass with saran wrap.
Oh, okay, I got you. Because I was like, if you're not going to have, but he's like, oh, we're going to be more intimate. And I was like, that word means sex. So you got to explain to me what that means. Because he's celibate now. Like he lured her to Africa for the African D, and then she gets to Africa, and he's like, "You are not African." So she's pretty pissed, right?
It's based on like the DMs that she had leaked in the recent past online on social media. I guess he would sext her a little bit because he remember that. I don't know if you saw that conversation where he was like, "I'm going to give you the D" or something.
Yes, and actually, he admitted to it tonight.
Yeah, he admitted it tonight. He
He
alluded to it.
admitted it because he was like, I remember the videos and the chats and the things that I would say. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, so she's not just some horny American woman who was trying to get some African D. He did promise D to her. So
Yeah,
so everybody kind of owes her a little apology because everybody's like, oh, she's going over there trying to get African D. All these women do that. He actually promised it to her. Then when she got there, he told her she couldn't have it. So that changes the story a little bit because there
hmm,
times they're like, oh, these women go over there and they're trying to get with these black men, this African man, they want this. And
hmm,
nah, he was sexting her. He was sending
yeah,
her. Can you imagine sending a woman pictures of it and then when she gets there, tell her she can't have it? That's
yeah.
why
He basically said, like, people change. He's almost acting like, yeah, I grew up from that. I'm not into that anymore. Or something.
he grew up from sex.
No, I mean like he matured from the sexting or something. Like now he's not. Now
Oh,
he's. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe she got over there and well, I was gonna say and he didn't like he wasn't attracted to her, but I don't think he can see her anyway. So I don't know what the situation is. Like maybe she smells funny. She might.
But well, you know what I heard? I think it was like Ray Charles. I think it was Ray Charles, but the way he even though he's blind, like the way he could tell if he was around a hot chick or not is he would basically like feel their wrists, and if they had like a thin wrist, then he knew it was a
I
hot
remember
woman.
that.
What?
Yeah, that's the way a blind.
It was in the movie.
So
Yeah,
the length of her, like the width of her wrist, that's how he knew. That is crazy. I've never thought
yeah,
of.
that's the way a blind person can tell if he's
But
around a
what
hot chick.
an amazing wrist, but an ugly face is that not a thing? Or
I
does
don't
that
know. I don't know, Coco. Do you have any more info? Because I didn't see the movie. I just heard that story though.
No, that was definitely one of the things that he would do is he would feel the wrist, and that's how he could tell whether or not like the woman was attractive.
Mm-hmm.
That is so interesting because I don't know. I just feel like there's holes in that. I don't know. I feel like there's holes in the story
But
there.
again, it was a movie, so
Well,
Well,
right.
if I ever meet Coco, since we have a good rapport, let me feel your wrist.
Oh my god. Yeah, when we go to Vegas and we do like
oh my god, you guys are gonna
do
like
our live
be
podcast,
arrested.
we're gonna do a risk. Okay, so we're gonna blindfold Shabooty and we're gonna bunch of and we're gonna have him do the wrist test. And then
Okay.
we're gonna give him like a number. Like it'll be like 4 women, and then he has to pick the number of what woman is the hottest based on her.
Mhm. I feel like you're gonna sneak in Lauren's wrist.
You already know we're gonna. That's part of it. Just expect it. It'll be the one that smells like ass, and then
True.
take a picture of all the women if they allow it, and then we'll get your answer, and then so we can post it because the podcast is audio. So I feel like we have to do that, right? Just like I told my one co-host we gotta find banana chips, and then all of us need to have them, and then we need to try them live on the podcast. So if you guys, I've been looking around Orlando, I think I found a place. So if you guys can find a place that sells Indonesian banana chips, we gotta all get some so we can try them live.
Mhm. Well, I've noticed Tata has been sending him their version to cast members to promote on their social media.
Has she? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna DM Tata and see if I can't get us some banana chips.
Yeah, because like Shekinah posted about it. Who else? Statler posted about it. Statler went on like TikTok Live and talked about it, and like did a taste test.
Oh, that's genius. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send a DM or an email. I think I emailed James last time I talked
Oh,
to him.
yeah, you're friends with James, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't get us some banana. No, you know what? I have his phone number. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll try to get us some banana chips, and then we can do like a live tasting.
If we get the official James and Tata banana chips, we should get those, but then have a more mainstream one, and then compare the two.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, let's get the Americanized version, right? What we can find here, and then we'll try them against the actual culturally correct Indonesian
Well,
banana.
so I have a question. The banana chips is it basically like they're like plantain chips?
From what I saw in the videos, it's like got cheese on it, and it's
Oh,
not the banana chips that we eat here. It's like not even close to being the same. I don't know what they.
okay. Because like when you tell a Cuban banana chips, like I automatically go to plantains.
Hmm.
So that's what I was thinking it was.
It's something completely different. Yeah, because I did watch Shekinah's video and I watched Statler's, and it had like stringy cheese coming from it, and I was just like, oh, this isn't what I expected. So yeah, it's
Oh,
yeah. So
was it Lauren's stringy cheese?
It
no,
was the Fermunda cheese.
definitely none of that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, we gotta source it and then do a live podcast.
We should figure out. I know this is like totally crowbarring in something stupid, but we should find out from Lauren if he's cut or not.
I would really, really, not mind never knowing about that.
Cut,
That would be lovely,
cut
actually.
as
Yeah,
in like
as
circum,
in like circumcised.
and we want to know that why.
Does he have a turtle dick?
Yeah, could
Wait, what's that?
Or is it the mushroom? I don't know.
no. I think
I've never been with a man that was not circumcised. So
I think the only reason was because if you then you can make Fermunda cheese jokes, but never mind.
I mean,
Sorry, I
I
grew up
feel
listening to Howard Stern. That's why I'm like
I feel like Lauren
fascinated.
though. Like I feel like if you asked, he would just tell you.
Yeah,
or
no.
show you.
Oh yeah, that too. So
Oh, yeah, one thing Lauren has been doing is he's been friending female 90 Day Fiancé fans on Instagram, and as soon as they follow him back, he DMs them his phone number and said, "Hey, you should like text me."
no, you're right. Somebody sent me a DM of
Yeah,
specific. They were like, Lauren DM'd me, and in the DM it had their phone number.
yeah. He
Oh
basically
my
just anyone that follows him that
god.
gives, especially a woman, he gives them his phone number.
Yes, I saw that, and I asked him. I think I asked him And the other day it was his actual phone number, and he said yes. This is his real telephone number to his cell phone that he answers every day, which I think is insane. Giving out your phone number. Sometimes I don't like that my DMs are open because I get weird stuff in my DMs and I'm kind of scared.
Same.
Right? So can you
Yeah.
imagine your phone number just being out there so people can like text you
Fuck no.
pictures and no, it's not. I remember I got a DM of like naked women in my DMs, and it was like weird because I was like, why would you send, like, you didn't say hi, you just sent me your boobs? Like, that's
Mhm.
totally strange, right? I feel like I should at least, but not even like their face, just their boobs. So I was like, well, who are you? I don't even know. If I was trying to pick these boobs out in the lineup, I don't know what you look like. Like, that's so
Yeah.
weird. Like, you could at least say hi to me first.
Especially if the boob photo didn't show their wrists in the same photo.
It did not. It did not.
Okay.
This person could have been ugly, right?
Mhm.
Like, who knew? The whole thing. So yeah, women are not texting him, as far as I know, because I asked the person who DM'd me if they texted him, and she said no, which makes sense.
Yeah. I hope his phone is drier than mine. No.
I mean, he's on TV, and
Yeah.
you will believe that it is, but look at Big Ed. He
Mm.
has no shortage of. I'm gonna say hot women. Liz is not ugly. Like, he has no shortage of hot women who are trying to get all up with that, and it's scary. This world is a very scary place.
That it is. True. So, all right. So, I'm trying to think. Did we any other topics from this show specific? So, were you surprised that what's her face sells bananas as well?
Plantains. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
plants.
surprised. Bananas are definitely making like this huge immersion into the 90-day world. Like, I feel like out of nowhere, it's like all about bananas.
Hmm.
Which, it's cool. I don't like banana specifically, but I like banana pudding. So I'm not gonna like rule it out. I don't like
Hmm.
bananas.
Oh, and then I'm just going through my tweets. Did you notice on the Tiger Lily wedding, those people had those masks from like the Squid Game show?
Yes, I did. I saw it. It stood out to me.
Hmm.
And the producers, I guess, asked him, they were like, does this have to do with your culture? And he was like, no, I just think they're cool. So I wanted people to wear it. Yeah, I saw that. The whole wedding, it was really, it's crazy and over the top, which made me question, it got me back to like, who's rich? Who's paying for this shit? So
Hmm.
that whole thing was weird. Like, the wedding, it was too nice, like for a 90-Day Fiancé cast member. So I was just like, this is really Darcy and Stacey-ish, like, what's going on?
Yeah. Coco, were you on our Friday show? I think you dropped off at some point, but do you missed the whole like murder mystery, didn't you?
No, I was there.
Oh, okay. No,
No,
no, no, you're right. You're right. You were there to the end. My bad. Sorry.
Listen,
yeah,
guys,
she was.
I know I'm invisible, but Jesus, thanks.
No, because you
Fuck
always like drop.
me.
Usually you drop off at the end, but no, you're right. You were
I'm gonna
there.
go eat some ass now. Thank you.
Sorry. No, but yeah, I got
No,
little
yeah,
updates.
whatever happened to that? I mean,
Like I got little updates in my DMs, but I basically was trying to tell her like, come on the Twitter space and give us like the updates from your mouth because I don't want to like. It's more
Wait, is
interesting.
she here? Oh wait, she's not here.
No, she's not here. So hopefully she'll instead of me like sharing the DMs a little bit of nuggets of info I got. Hopefully she'll be here Friday.
Oh yeah, because it took me like 4 seconds to get like an understanding of what was going on. But I told her, I was like, I'm like CIA, like, I can
Hmm.
figure. Give me like a small piece of information, and I'll give you pages and pages worth of stuff.
Here is one nugget of information. And by the way, for the people that don't know what we're talking about, our last Friday episode it ended with we let a listener talk, Lana, and went into this whole like story about a missing person, and it turns like a murder mystery supposedly. But so go back and listen to last Friday's show. But I will give one nugget of information that so she did well it kind of spoils a little bit, but she did try to go through some of her belongings that were there, and she did find like different documents and things, but one thing she did find was like a empty form for like to apply to be on like an information form for OnlyFans.
What?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, there's a form or something to be on OnlyFans, an information form that you send to OnlyFans, but that was part of the like documents of
I
the missing person.
I didn't know you had to send anything. I thought you could just join like on your phone. I didn't
I
know
don't
you.
know. Well,
I mean, yeah, you
Coco, tell
do.
us.
Okay, well, as someone who has one, um,
what you have. Okay, so like basically, in order for you to get paid, you need to have your ID match. You have to have, your social, all that shit. Like as if it's because you're getting a 1099. Um, basically a W-2. So that's if you want to get paid. But anybody, you can just like make an email and that's how you log in. But if you want to get paid, you do have to fill out some quick paperwork.
So, that's a plot thickener right there because
That's a good teaser.
yeah, we didn't know that before, so now there's a little more digging that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is weird for somebody to leave all of their belongings and then never come back. That it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
But true. All right. Well, we'll talk about that on Friday. It's better to have like actually Lana there instead of me like reading DMs or spilling it. But
Yeah,
anyway,
when she comes back, because she told me that she was going to the police and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of follow up. So we should have her on.
yeah, and that gives people more time to catch up on last Friday's show.
Yeah, if you missed last Friday's show, you got to listen. It was like the last 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It took a deep, disturbing turn. Like if you're into the true crime, you're gonna want to listen.
Yeah,
Crazy.
people were like DMing me. They're like, "Oh, actually, should do X, Y, and Z." And other people were messaging me. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm so hooked. I gotta know what happens." So it was like one of those. We weren't even trying to do true crime, but it just ended up that way.
Well, yeah, it just happened, and I guess y'all like it. So maybe every now and then we'll pick a weird story and talk about it. Because if you guys want to talk about, I mean, I feel like I'm in another life. I'm a homicide detective because I've been watching.
Oh, same.
Right? I've been watching
Same.
Dateline, Catch a Predator. Like I love these shows. So like I feel like I'm obviously
George,
not.
we're best friends, aren't we?
We of course we are. The
And I
second
mean, that's the same muscle as like finding and spilling tea. So yeah.
exactly exactly. It's like the second somebody mentions a crime, I'm like, go on. What? Yeah, because I'm ready to investigate. Like I'm just ready. I'm like, and they did what? And what time did you see them? And when's the last time you saw them? Like I'm already in investigator mode.
And so wait, so this is a random thought, but so Tiger Lily's from Texas, right? So is she living there now, or?
See, I don't know. So apparently she's from Frisco, which I'm actually in Frisco right now for a gig. And because a bunch of people DM me and they were like, "Oh my God, you're in Frisco right now," and I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Have you seen Tiger Lily?" I was like, "Obviously not. I didn't put the two and two together that that's where she is living and that's where I am." But I don't. I've been checking and looking, and I haven't been able to decipher if she's here or not.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably say yes because when she was over there, she married him, but she didn't have like a spousal visa or anything. So usually you go over there and you get married, you can't stay until the situation gets done. Like she can't just live over there. She only can stay, for however long her tourist visa is until her actual spousal visa goes through if she was gonna stay. So I'm assuming that she's here, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't strike me as she was trying to live in Jordan.
Well, she got two kids. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
can't imagine that. I mean, I don't want to sit here and pretend like it's not possible because Shekinah got a kid and she's in Turkey. Like, I don't, or she was. I would hope that she wouldn't leave those kids in Texas and go move to Jordan and abandon them. Like, I would hope not.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened, though, right?
hmm Well, I have other topics, but we should save them for like Friday that aren't related to B90. So,
Oh, what? I'm kind of intrigued,
oh,
but
you're intrigued by that by what made me say that?
yeah.
Okay, I could tease it a little bit. But I didn't really, when somebody like DMs you tea, but then you read it, you're like, I'm not. It's kind of lukewarm. But like, apparently Lily. Well, okay, let me back up. You know how Josh and Lily have like the dual social media accounts.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
then somebody sent me, they found like Lily's independent TikTok account and it had no sign of Josh in it. And it definitely didn't seem like she was with Josh. I'm trying to remember what the bio said, but it was very like not with Josh energy.
What? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have to talk about this. So, but in the meantime, make sure you send it to us so we
Okay.
can, we can, investigate so we can
And
unpack that.
you know, yeah, because when people like hyper filter themselves, and it looks like a different woman. So it was very like hyper filtered to where it didn't look like her. So I was very confused. I was like, is that Lily with a crazy filter, or is that another woman?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll send it to you. Then we could. I guess we should save it for Friday, and then we could figure out if it's like legit tea or not.
Well, yeah. We'll actually we'll look up the page live and we'll discuss and try to figure it out live so we can,
Yeah.
like a live investigation. We'll
The
figure that.
people like that when we do like a live investigation. They're like, "Oh my god, you and George, the way you figure shit out on the fly is amazing."
Oh yeah. All I need is, like I told you, a little tiny bit of information, and then just watch me pull up everything that you can find. Remember we did that with Lily's daughter, right? We were like, oh,
Oh
she's
yeah,
a actress, and we were looking and looking, and before the day was over, we had her Instagram. We had one that we thought was hers, and then we had a real one, and it doesn't take long. We can figure this shit out.
yeah. That tea was funny, but then like that was the thing where like we figured out the tea, and then Josh tried to like take credit, like as if he volunteered the tea, but we had already figured it out from a different source.
Oh yeah, we had already figured it out, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, it's on."
Yeah,
Oh
I mean, what? But okay, so I mean, the Josh hopped in on one of our spaces, didn't he? Though.
Yeah,
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah,
true.
he tried to debunk not debunk, but he basically was verifying it as though that's common knowledge. And I was like, well, not until we said anything. Like not until we
Mhm.
said anything. Everybody else didn't know until we
Yeah,
figured.
but he tried to act like the reason we figured that out was because of him, but he wasn't even the original source.
No, I mean, okay, so after we went and finished the space, he sent me in a DM the name of the movie that she starred in.
Yeah,
And then I kind of took that and got the info.
yeah.
So I mean, I guess he gave me a little bit. I would have
Mhm.
figured, but he gave
Yeah, like we were basically on the front door, and then he opened the door, but we had already
right.
found the house.
He
He
was like,
just
oh,
like
he's like, there's a key under the mat. Like we were kicked
yeah,
over, and he's like, there's a key under the mat. And then so yeah, because he's DM me the name of the movie, so I got the
IMDb.
IMDb.
IMDb of the movie, and then I was like, okay, I know who her daughter is. So
Yeah,
he gave me
Interesting.
right. He threw me a bone, right? Because he didn't give me her name, but he was just like, she could have been in this movie, and then I just
mhm,
took that.
yeah. And anyway, so but the point is we were gonna figure it out. We've kind of he wasn't what sparked the investigation, basically.
Well, no, we were already investigating it.
Yeah,
The investigation was already open,
yeah,
right? Like the investigation was already open. He did not, he was not our prime suspect. It was already open. We were looking. We were getting there. We were getting there.
yeah. True. All right. Well, we've been up. We've been live for about like 55 minutes. So I feel like that's a
Yeah,
good
this
stopper.
to get up super super early, so I think that
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
So
going to Vegas tomorrow, Wednesday. So,
oh
True. So yeah, go to the TJ Maxx and get us an autograph.
um, yes, I will do my best. That's priority number one.
Because I know you're gonna need some housewarming gifts and supplies.
Yeah, STDs don't really count as like housewarming.
Gonorrhea will keep you warm though in the winter. Oh,
Uh,
wait, then again, Vegas is pretty warm, so never mind. Okay, now let me do my plug. So yeah, just so y'all know, we're on all the major, podcast platforms. So look up 90 Day Fiance Fridays on Apple, Spotify, and follow us and like us and give it 5 stars. And then let me make one other thing announcement. Like on a Friday, after the Friday episodes are aired, once we post them on Saturday, it's better that y'all listen to them on the podcast services than like my Twitter recorded space on my Twitter. It's better for us if y'all listen on the podcast sites.
yeah, because those numbers are counted. The Twitter ones are not. So
Yeah.
we'd appreciate it if, and also it's much more convenient for you because you can listen in your car, on your phone, on your computer, like and you're not stuck to having your Twitter open.
Yeah, and if you're like on Spotify, you could listen to it at 1.5x or quicker speed if you're one of those people.
Yeah, that way you don't have to, if you only have a 30-minute drive to work, you can get it all in there in 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday night.
Yeah, thanks for spending your Sunday with us, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Coco. Don't worry, I won't forget that you were here.
Bye, Coco. She must be eating ass.
Thank you, guys.
Eating ass.
She's eating ass.
All right. Bye.